Welcome, Scorpio. It's June 2021. Didici here with your synopsis, the forecast for the coming 4 weeks. Let's move the chart so you can see the astrological clock. There's a very, very powerful, jam-packed cluster of planets here in the 8th house of your horoscope as the month starts. Venus moves out of this on the 3rd, which takes a little bit of the pressure off the what I call the shared resources area, but also what could be construed as the intimacy zone of your horoscope. So for those of you that are in relationship, or even if you're not, this is likely to be more of an intimate period for you, where sex and the deeper mysteries of life are of importance to you. Notice Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde. There's that Mercury in your 8th house, sexuality, sensuality, deeper psychological issues. Saturn retrograde in your 4th house, making a trine aspect to this. So there's a lot of serious thinking going on related to this, and the shared resources has to do with other people's money. So I think there's a strong focus on money. Normally we look at the 2nd house for finances, but in your case, we can see here that these 3 planets are casting their influence on the income part of your horoscope. I dare say you'll be looking at new methods for finding a solution to scarcity in income. That's going to happen particularly around the 10th. And I say that because if you follow the trail of the moon, right there on the 10th, we have a new moon, and it's very close to this retrograde Mercury that we're seeing here. And that, I think, is going to be the trigger for finding some very important solutions to the issues of your finances, where you're trying to get money, your banking and that sort of thing. Mars also moves to the 10th house. You will notice a very, very distinct shift in your drive for career success. I think a lot of Scorpios have been on the wane. I'm a Scorpio, but I have noticed just in the last few days of May that I sort of got my mojo back. I'm feeling a little bit more motivated. As you know, last month I wasn't feeling at all well. So for some of you, it could have actually been a physical thing as well. But look at that powerful Mars, contact of Moon there on the 14th, 15th. Mars is going to drive you. It's a successful position for Mars in this 10th house. We call this Digbala. Digbala means directional strength. Now, I'm using a Western tropical horoscope for those of you that are interested in knowing. But I still apply some of those principles, such as the directional strength, the emotional strength, aspectual strength. We can see here Mars, your ruler, along with Pluto. This is the old school ruler, is getting that Digbala or directional strength, and that's in the southern direction. So there may be a desire to move south or to do business with people in the south. That will bring you some measure of success. I might have mentioned briefly last month the power of Jupiter here in your 5th house. This is very, very strong. There's a few factors there. Mars in the 10th, Jupiter in the 5th. You notice here also that that's going stationary, and that means that there's a lot of power to this planet. It is indeed one of your positive planets ruling your 5th house. That's the creative house. That's the house of children. The house of past karma as well. And you have both Neptune and Jupiter here. In some schools of philosophy, astrological philosophy, this 5th house indicates an initiation into the deeper mysteries of life. They call this mantra sthana, or the house of mantra or prayer. So for some of you that not everyone believes in prayer, notice the full moon there on the 25th, giving power to your mind. That's going to help you with this prayer. You're almost transformational here in your thinking, with the moon making contact with Pluto there on the 26th. But you can use the power of positive thinking, creative visualization, and prayer, meditation, whatever you want to call it, to achieve your ends. With the placement of Venus transiting there in the upper part of your horoscope, this is also an excellent omen for dealing with the public in your work. So if you have any contact with the public, Venus is your ruler. That's showing an intimate link between this public relations and the professional arena in which you work. So this is all very, very successful. It makes you popular, it makes you lovable. So here you've got a lovely judicious blend of that, the drive of Mars, along with that popularity and the attractiveness and the magnetic appeal of Venus. And you'll notice Venus is getting closer and closer to Mars this month. Well, it'll get closer next month, but that started and it's well within the orb. So you'll start to feel the combined influence of your power and your beauty. So go on over to astrology.com.au. I always mention that at the end because we have more detailed analysis of the month in question and what's happening for the rest of the year. I'm sure you want to know. For those of you that want a more personal reading, we have the free psychic scripts. There's some really amazing tools for you to develop your psychic abilities, to check on what's happening, and you've got unlimited use of that over at the site. With me, it's not unlimited, but I'm more than happy to do a personal reading for you. Drop me a line here. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to also see you here next month. Take care. Bye-bye.